The 2024 Paris Olympic opening ceremony has got a lot of people talking all over the world, especially Christians, about the sort of things that was portrayed in it. Things like we saw the golden calf. We don't know what that is. We saw a white or pale horse rider on the sea. We saw the mockery of Christianity found throughout the ceremony. I love the Olympics. I've been watching it since 2012. I love the athletes. I follow some of them, but some of the things that actually happened was just unbelievable. And this reminded me of a book that I recently got finished by Francis Schaefer, and this book is called How Should We Then Live? The Rise and Decline of Western Thoughts and Culture. And in page 260, Francis Schaefer was bringing to our attention the signs or the reasons why the ancient Roman fell. And he was actually quoting someone. He was quoting Edward Gibbons, who lived, I think, between 1737 and 1794. And in one of his works, he was talking about the decline and the fall of the Roman Empire. And he gave us 5 points or 5 attributes that marked the fall of Roman Empire. And in these 5 attributes or 5 signs or 5 points, there's one particularly in it that I think was portrayed throughout the Olympic ceremony. And this point is the freakishness in the acts, masquerading as originality, and the enthusiasms pretending to be creativity. This is the 4th point that Edward Gibbons, talked about as the decline, one of the decline or the attributes, of the decline of the Roman Empire, the freakishness in acts. We saw that throughout the Olympics. We saw these, they call it acts, they call it performance, and it masquerades as an original piece, an original masterpiece. But this was a mockery of Christianity, of some of the beliefs of Christianity. Christianity has been mocked throughout the centuries, more than the other religion. Islam, nobody dare do this to Islam. Nobody dare do this to the other religions, but only Christianity. This is not something new. So when we see these signs happening in our culture, first, he talks about the mounting love of show and luxury, which he calls affluence. And the second attribute, he talks about the widening gap between the very rich and the very poor. And this can be between different countries or the exact same country. And the third point, he talks about an obsession with sex. We don't need to be told twice what's happening in our culture. We don't need to be told twice what's happening in our movies. These things are abounding more and more. And the 4th point, he talks about the freakishness in the acts, masquerading as originality and enthusiasm, pretending to be creativity. And the 5th point that shows and mark the decline of a culture or the decline of a country or the decline of a nation is the increased desire to live off the states. But the 4th point was the important one, because what we saw, it was just crazy. Like I said, I've been watching this since 2012, and this was crazy. This was crazy. Some of the things that I saw, I'm like, what is the point of this? It didn't make sense to me. But this is the freakishness in the acts, masquerading itself as originality and the enthusiasm of people pretending to be creativity. These things are being forced on us. This whole idea of wokeism forced on us. But when we pick our microphone and we talk about Jesus, when we go to the marketplace and we talk about Jesus, people talk about we forcing things on other people. This is just crazy.